Hello everyone, Wallace Man 105 back here for another episode on the KeatsCraft server. Today we are starting out in our hub once again, and we're adding a new wing, the West Wing. This section will house our semi-auto lava farm, our concrete converter, and our obsidian harvester. Once again, I've gone ahead and excavated the hallway we're going to need. I've actually already done a video detailing how to build the lava farm I'm using today, so make sure to go check that out. I've got more tutorials in the works, so keep an eye out for that as well. The game plan today is to build 4 units of the lava farms, just like on Crayon Box. On one side down at the end here, we're going to have the concrete converter station, and on the other, I've got a modified setup for a station for easy obsidian mining that should work pretty well. On the back wall here, there's going to be some short-term storage, and more importantly, a chest that will eventually carry lava buckets down to the super smelter that I have planned for the next level down on the base. For now, I have a goal, I have supplies, and I have an itch to get this up and running. So without any further ado, we are just jumping in. We're going to get this going. The first step is to dig out this area here, 3 deep. We're going to mark our circuitry with diorite, I think. Yeah, I'm feeling diorite today. So, we need block, da da da, da da da. And then I believe we need 1, 2, and up. 1, 2, and up. Let's see, I have my old creative design world up in another window. So I am trying to check as I build to make sure that I'm getting this right. Let's go ahead and put all of you in there. And then we're going to grab our pistons. Observer. No, not the dropper. Where are the observers? The observers are already in my inventory. I'm just that good. But for now, yes, we are going to put in these these hoppers. These are some funny looking hoppers here. We're going to put these repeaters in, and we're going to set them to 4 ticks all the way around because we want to make this circuit resistant to any potential server lag that might pop up. Now we're going to need sticky piston facing here, an observer facing there, and then we're going to build a block up, 2 blocks up and over. Not that. Let's see. Dust, repeater. This one I think is fine to have set to 1 tick. Then we're going to need a block here, a block here and here, with comparators running into both of them, or running on both of them. That works. Now, let's see. The sticky piston part of this is going to need to be in the corner here by the pillar. I'm going to be mirroring and flipping design as I build so that all of them kind of rotate into this spot here in the middle. That serves no functional purpose, but it's more satisfying that way. So, let's see. If that's the case, we're going to need sticky piston here, and we're going to need regular piston there, with no space in between them. Except that's not the case, is it? We need sticky piston right there. That's what we need. And then 3 spaces between, and a piston over here. Just, facing the correct direction instead of the wrong one. Then, if I'm not mistaken, one here on top of this block, and then since this one doesn't line up with the block, it gets redstone dust. Now, I've got buttons over here to test this, but I'm pretty sure it is now operational. Or it would be if I hadn't built this piston off by one block here, like a blockhead. Beautiful. Yep, and that is working perfectly. And if I test the input here, yep, that is actually our input device. So the way this circuit works, for anybody who, already saw the tutorial, but just needs a quick reminder, the cauldrons will fill up with lava. That's going to activate the comparators, or I should say signal the comparators. And then that will enable them to give a redstone output, which runs into, that runs into this little circuit here, powers the piston pushes the observer sees that the floor underneath it is changing, and that puts a redstone signal into this block, into these repeaters, which are timed so that we get these lovely little piston feed tape operations. Now, we need 8 cauldrons per. If I go ahead and test this out. So, I believe I have determined the problem. I forgot a core tenet of how this system works, and I don't actually know if I explained this in the tutorial. So, here's a little bit of bonus. The observer flashes a 0-tick pulse almost, or a 1-tick pulse, into this block of diorite right here, which gives such a short gap between when the circuit gets power and when the circuit loses power, that this sticky piston is able to retract before this piston fires. So we're just going to fine-tune this here. But yes, trying to directly power this with something even as quick as a stone button actually made it so that way it was breaking the timing of the circuit. Whew! Crisis averted. It is pretty satisfying to watch a piston feed tape go around and round. But, now that we've got this set up, this right here, this is our target cauldron. So this is where we're going to need to set up our dripstone and pointed dripstone. So we got to put the full dripstone block up one, the pointed dripstone underneath, and then we need to surround this with something stylish. I haven't perfectly settled on the decorations yet, so for now, we are gonna go with the nice, safe red concrete option. Then we need to get a lava bucket. And boom. And there we go. Infinite fuel. So, while I don't actually have, a full farm here, I'm going to quickly simulate a full farm to show one of my favorite pieces of this design. So, as the fill cauldron, fills, it'll set off the piston feed tape. that means that cauldron will go here. So it will slowly work its way around until it makes its way all the way back around. At which point, something very cool happens. Once it gets to this position here with the second comparator, it locks this repeater so that even if lava goes into this cauldron, the repeater cannot change its power state, and therefore the circuit won't simply run out of control and constantly run pistons in the background and generally irritate the people who run a server. It's good to know when to stop. Alright, now that this farm is operational, let's do it again. And again. Alright, one more time. And that makes four of them. Beautiful. And we have all 4 functional, and all of them rotate in related patterns. Beautiful. And while I was building the other 3, we got our first product. Let's take this first bucket of lava, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between. We've earned it. And then we're going to put it in here. Now, it's time to decorate this. How do I want to do this? I'm thinking if I line it up with the farms I have on the other side, then this row should be smooth stone. Yeah. Okay. Now, what do I want to do here? Gonna have to think on this. I think I've mostly settled on a design here. And if I do that, and then fill those in. Oh, that is the wrong type of slab here. We should make that a stair. Well, did that land? Or is that stuck up there? It's stuck up there. Ah! There we go. Ooh, I know what should go in that block. One sec. Ah, that's much better. So I've added in the magma blocks, and there we go. We got another one. So for our 1, 2, 3, 4 products, this one is slacking. But I'm going to go ahead and repeat this on the other 3. Decorations have been completed. I decided to really rough up the surface of the ceiling here, and I'm kind of digging it. I might use this technique again in the future. But that makes all 4 of these decorated. The floor's been done. Ceiling's been done. Walls are done. Now it's time for the next 2 farms. Now, well, these aren't necessarily farms so much as they are workstations. Now, this first one here is going to be the concrete converter. And as I said before, I literally just got this from a KeatingAdder video. So I can't take credit for any of the design elements. I can take credit, however, for forgetting to bring down chests with me to use in this farm. Now, 1, 2, 3. I think we'll do 4. 1, 2, and I think, yes, that's where the sign will go. Right? Yes. So, we need to have an observer facing just like that. We placed it right on the first try. A dropper there. Then we need to go around, get some redstone dust. Whoop. Place it on top like so. Hopper running into the dropper. Hopper running into the hopper. And then... there we go. Go around back here. I think we need to place one there so you can't see through it. And voila! I kind of like the open look better. Now, we go behind here. Break this one. Stair. And then this really doesn't matter what blocks these are. Oh, wait, no, this one has to face the other way for the concrete converter. I'm sitting here getting my farms backwards. That's what happens when you try to build on camera, folks. Real quick, put the sign there. Stair here. Other block here. Make a way to get out of here. Whoops. I am really good at locking myself into these builds, aren't I? And you can still hear the lava farms running. That's good. Huh? Oh, there it is. Now, this is the same one we have running upstairs. So... oh, I didn't replace these blocks. Let's see if I can do this from this tiny angle. That's 1 and 2. 1, 2. I cannot believe that worked. Alright, now... let's see. I don't have any powder to test and make sure it's working. We'll do a test later. For now, it's time for me to build the one that I'm far less confident in, which is going to be the Obsidian Station. Now, this is a design that I found online and had to modify to fit in the same footprint as this station, because I am a sucker for symmetry. So, I believe I need a hopper pointing into this chest. Then, put a rail, and we're going to put a hopper minecart on it. And we're going to build up all of this. Oop. 3. I'll have to work on that later. But, what we need to do here... so I believe block here. This is the one with the back of the stair. Oh boy, I don't have an axe with me. Oh, building on camera. Quite a perilous endeavor. Now, memories? Well, not memory. I have a world with this right here. Come on, get this right. Now we're going to want a repeater I wanted to do all my circuitry on polished diorite for this section, but it's all upstairs and I'm too lazy to go get it. And I'm too honest to make up another reason. Alright, so that's going to be dust. That needs to run down a block. And then we're going to have a repeater running into that block. And then we're going to have a comparator coming out of the regular hopper. Right? Yes. Now, if I push that forward, there's a block there. This should now all be completely invisible. And all we have to do, oops, put a water source there. And then fill this in. We're just going to throw blocks everywhere people might be able to see into this. There we go. Now, if I'm correct, and I've done all this right in one take, and everything works, huh? We need a dispenser here. Of course we didn't get it in one. We have now returned with the proper component we were supposed to use for this build, which is a dispenser. Now, if I go and grab lava buckets from our brand spanking new farms over here, and a couple of extra. This one's already full. Wow, okay. Not bad. Also, for anyone wondering, the trapdoors are so that I don't accidentally... Well, if this was full of lava, that'd be a big problem. Let's say that. Well, that farm filled up all of our supply of buckets here. Now, if we go ahead and fill this up, and boom. The source block from the waterlogged stair mixes with the lava bucket that gets dispensed out by this dispenser, creates the obsidian. It falls through the hopper minecart faster than we can pick it up, which means it goes through the hopper. The hopper sends a comparator signal through into the dispenser, up through the circuit in the back, which causes it to fire. And even if it hits an empty bucket, or it hits the wrong thing to dispense, we'll still get our item. But I'm remembering, there we go. It keeps cycling through until it hits an item. I'm remembering we have a slight problem that we need to address by running around the back. We need to add delay to these hoppers. Or sorry, these repeaters. Yes, the hopper, famous for its ability to calibrate its delay. That should reduce the number of lava buckets that come through here. It's not a perfect design, but it's very functional. And there we have it. So, with this, we will be able to create a solid, quick supply of obsidian and concrete. Because, if we just go here, concrete powder in our offhand, get a second one. You got to start with at least 2. Now we're going to hold left and right click at the same time, starting with right click. And it is working. Boom. All right, so these can definitely be filed as successful projects. Building woes notwithstanding. These 2 are going to form the backbone of supplies for part of our new shops, which I've decided we'll be working on next episode. Now, all that's left is to put in these chests here. And that's the chest put in place. There's nothing fancy going on with these chests like the East Wing. These are really just here to hold buckets of lava. Eventually, the hope is that we will have so many lava buckets to fill that we're just gonna need to build an iron farm from the sheer necessity of bucketage. Oops. So yeah, that is the West Wing all knocked out. Well, with the exception of this intersection here. Oh wow, look at that! The intersection's floor just became magically done. Ain't that just dandy? Well, this has been an extremely productive and exciting episode, at least on my end, on the KeatsCraft server. However, I believe it is in fact time to bid adieu and close this chapter. I'm actually getting my wisdom teeth removed about, about 40 hours after I do this recording. So I'm trying to record a little bit of extra stuff just to have a buffer. So we'll see how that pans out. But I know this has been a fairly one-note episode, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you consider subscribing or liking or commenting or any of those YouTube things. But most importantly, I hope that until next time, you guys take it easy.